Thank
This is Gate City Blue Devil playoff football on GCTV. We welcome you to the Group A Division II State Championship game from James Madison University. Today, the Blue Devils are trying to win their 4th state championship. Their opponent in today's game is the 10-3 Essex Trojans, coached by Todd Jones. This is Larry Shelton and Mark Blanton, along with videographer Charlie Starnes. Essex, from the Northern Neck District, defeated King William 28-0, James Monroe 16-13, and Manassas Park 24-7 to reach today's finals. The Blue Devils of Coach Nick Colabro defeated Powell Valley 49-13, Hayside 42-0, and Radford 28-21 to reach the finals. Mark, this is the 6th time the Blue Devils have played in a championship game, and with a win today, the Blue Devils could have their 6th undefeated season. Sound like 6s are wild, and we hope the Blue Devils put a lot of 6s on the scoreboard, plus all the extra points. But that may not be easy against this big defensive Essex.
Well, I tell you, Larry, we've been watching them out here, and they are a big group. But, what we watched them in warm-up out here and saw what we could see from up here is we watched them run their offensive sets, and it's almost like all they worked on was 2-point conversions. It's like they weren't really working on anything offensively, but they are a big group of kids out there. They're a mass of humanity.
Yes, they are. There's some pretty good looking athletes out there in that group. The thing that surprises us, and we've sat here and talked about it now for almost an hour, is Essex has no fan support hardly at all.
Well, we're just kind of in awe that they don't have any fan support. When you look over here at the Gate City side, and it would be as you would always expect Gate City fans to be, even in this venue, in this big stadium here, and as you look out across the way over there, you'll see the size of this place, and it is a gorgeous place to play football. It's a good atmosphere, but we're by no means close to being full here on the Gate City side of the field. But I bet it doesn't look like there's a handful of people across the way, and this side over here is just busting with people in the center. So I don't know how to estimate this crowd. They said downstairs that this stadium would hold 15,000 people. They estimated the last ball game at about 7,000 to 7,500. If that's the case, there's 7,500 from Gate City, and there's 25 from Essex over there.
Yeah, I know. I tell you, with the crowd that was here for the Bath County, let's see who was
Sussex.
We had to park tremendous place away from the field, but right now we could park just outside the stadium, I believe, if we had our vehicle.
I'm sure we probably could. But it is a good place to play. We are going to be playing on turf. We commented earlier, this field looks good. We watched both teams warm up. The Blue Devils look, Larry, they just look ready. Now, I was able to go down just before we came up here. I had a message to deliver to Coach Colabro from some of the fans back home that couldn't make it, and I was able just to speak briefly to Coach before the game and talk to a few of the other coaches down there. And I tell you, they're ready to go. I mean, they're ready to play this game. The Blue Devils look to be so fired up. So, this is as Coach said the other night. This is the Super Bowl of high school. You don't go any farther than this in high school. This is the pinnacle of success for high school is to win the state championship game. And this senior group from Gate City they've been in this position so many times before, come so close to getting to this point and not been able to reach it, and now they're here. So I'm sure they're focused.
Well, I think that's the difference in this team this year, Mark. This has been a focused group from start to finish. And one thing since we were talking about the crowd, is Coach Colabro, if you didn't see Coach's Corner Thursday night, was real impressed with the tunnel that the fans made back at Gate City. And he said it kind of choked him up a little bit along with the team. And for this team to look here in this stadium and see the fans that Gate City has, look across and see the very few fans that Essex has, that's got to be an inspiration to the Blue Devils too.
Well, yeah, you talked about it right before we came on there. It's got to be. I mean, these kids got to know how much this community, what this means to Gate City football, and that's just, it's part of the tradition. Winning at Gate City has always been part of the tradition, Blue Devil tradition, and fan support has been a large part of that. And I don't think there's anybody that can express how much this fan support means to them. Coach Colabro is always always thanking fans for their support, but you know it's got to be a big boost for these kids. They don't want this many people to travel this far and then have a letdown.
You know, I was looking back the other day. Of course, the Blue Devils hold no state championship records of any kind in single A. The state championships that we participated in were in double A.
Yeah, that's correct.
But Gate City individually and collectively as a team hold 8 state records in double A championship game.
8 records collected.
8 records.
Well, it's you know, it's time here tonight, late this afternoon, early evening. It's time to start that tradition with some Group A records, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it sure is, and like you said, this team just looks so focused now. You know, you and I are up here. The football team's down on the field. We can't make a block. We can't throw a pass, and it's all up to those kids when they go out there. But just from the look in their eye and. You know, it's got to be, I just got to think they're ready.
Well, I think the hardest thing that's been all day, not only for them but for the fans and everybody else, is having to wait till this 4 o'clock start. I think, you know, realistically, you know, you hope they had a good night last night and they got plenty of rest. Their schedule this morning, I'm not sure what that was. I didn't get to talk to Coach about their schedule this morning, but I assume they, you know, they probably got them up at a decent hour as far as letting them sleep in and rest some, but you know, you can lay around and watch too much TV and try to rest and get a little lethargic. So I'm sure they got them up, got them a good meal fed, and they got them out here at the stadium. I know Coach wanted to come on about 2:55 to warm up, and the way the other game worked out, that schedule was just about right. So far everything's going according to plan. If we can get out of this game, bring home a state championship trophy, get back down the road before the weather gets us, we'll have had a good weekend.
Yeah, I tell you, Mark, before we start here, before the game starts, we want to remind the people, and we're going to try to do it at the end of the broadcast too, but at the end of this film today, there will be a special message from the Virginia High School League. So once our film is over, you must you probably need to stay around and listen to that message from the Virginia High School League. And we'll try to remind you of that at the end of the ball game. We hope we're going to be celebrating and may forget it or may not. We don't want to forget it, so that's the reason I thought I'd bring it up early.
Well, I'm not sure as to what that message is. You and I have no way of knowing. We've not seen that tag message that goes on to the end, but it is from Virginia High School League, and it's part of the requirement that we have to meet to get to film this ball game. So there will be a tag message at the end, and from Virginia High School League, as you said, and we'll try to make mention of that again. But hopefully we'll be caught up in the action.
Yeah, and the facilities up here, as you said before, just great. This is probably the next to the nicest press box we've worked out of all year.
Yeah, it really is, and the hospitality's been pretty good. We came in before the other press crews got out, but they were nice. But the JMU people, I assume it's who's in charge of the press box here, they've been awful helpful about shuffling people around and getting them into positions where they need to be, places where they're supposed to be, and they've been very, very congenial with us, and we appreciate them, and it's quite a treat for us to get to work out of a facility like this.
And this will be our third
this will be our third state championship broadcast, starting in '94 with the John Hanley game, and in '97 with Broadway, and now today, and we're 1-1, so we need to improve and go.
Yeah. We need to get over 500.
We need to get over 500 right here today.
All right, let's say you're the head coach of this Blue Devil team. You've got your kids in the locker room right now. Just what do you say to them before you go out on the field for the first play of the ball game?
Well, I think you just got to reiterate to them that this is it. You know, win, lose, or draw, this is it. You don't want to leave anything behind. You got to leave it all on the field today. If you come off the field and you've played 48 minutes of football and you felt like you've left everything on the field, then you've done all you can do. Win, lose, or draw. So I think as a head coach, you go in there and you say, you know, you just again, as I'm sure they have several times, you make them aware of that fact that, you know, you've got a bunch of people that's traveled up here to watch you play today, to watch you win a state championship, and all you can ask out of any team is that, you know, they give 110% for 48 minutes, and if you come off the field, whether you've won or lost, and you feel like you've left everything out there and not left anything in the locker room or on the sideline, then you've done all you can do. And I think that's what, as a coach, you make your team aware of.
Yeah, the Blue Devils, if you don't know, have 18 seniors on this team, and I'll look back, counted Essex, they have 17 seniors on their team, so it's pretty much two senior-laden ball teams. Essex, lost 3 games in the regular season, but they also defeated 2 undefeated teams once they got into the playoff system, and so you never know what you're going to get by coming up here and playing somebody that you're not familiar with.
Well, that's true, and that's that's why they play these championship games. You've got to play them, and we don't know much about this bunch other than they're purple and gold, and they're big and they're fast, and we've had to travel 4.5 to 5 hours to get here to play. But all we can hope for is at the end of the fourth quarter that it's been worth every minute of it, and to these, like you say, it holds so much meaning to every kid on this team, whether you're a senior or whether you're a freshman, to get to a state championship game. I mean, it's something that you may never do. You may never do again. I mean, there's so many. I thought Coach put it great the other night. There's millions of kids across the United States play football throughout their career and never get an opportunity to play in a playoff game, much less a state championship game. Right. And we're very fortunate at Gate City and to have the talent, and the kids we have, and the tradition, and it just keeps coming.
Yes, it does. It's we don't rebuild, we reload at Gate City.
Pretty much.
I'll say one thing, and before we get to the lineups, I don't get the feeling myself by looking at this Essex team as I did by looking at Southampton in the late 70s. When I watched them come out on the field, that they were, I was just in awe of how big that team was and how fast they looked and all that. But now just looking at Essex, if it, you can take that and a nickel and buy a cup of coffee or something.
No, maybe a quarter.
Yeah, maybe a quarter.
I'll tell you what, those kids, and I've watched them in warm-ups. I watched them in warm-ups, and I watched them again here when they come out on the field. They're in all of this crowd over here.
I think so.
They keep looking to this sideline. Every time we make a move and our crowd gets up, they're over here looking at this bunch. I think you bring this bunch to Legion Field, and they're in culture shock.
Tell you what, we better hit the starting lineup because there probably won't be a national anthem for this game.
All right, for the Blue Devils, defensively at left end will be number 65, Danny Beasley, 6'2", 215-pound, a senior. Left tackle will be number 54, Jared Weininger, 6 foot, 260-pound, a senior. Right tackle, number 53, Zach Jones, 6'2", 302, a junior. And at right end will be Kevin McLean, number 44, 6 foot, 195, a junior. Your linebacking core, as it has looked most of the year, looks like this. Will Humphreys, number 34, a junior. Number 57, Jake Spivey, a sophomore. Number 50, Seth Frazier, a senior. And Jonas Housewright, number 41, a senior. In the defensive backfield will be number 24, Jeremy Pookie Bird, a senior. Luke Humphreys at your deep safety, a junior. Number 2 and number 6 is Will Hubbard, a senior. I'm sorry.
All right, the starting lineup for the Essex Trojans, who are 10-3, coached by Todd Jones. At split end, number 4, Antoine Gaines, 5'11", 174 senior. Left tackle, number 52, Drakery Robinson, 6'3", 216-pound senior. Left guard, number 67, Jimmy Shaver, 5'9", 190-pound senior. At center, number 76, C.J. Balderson, 6'1", 326 pounds, a senior. Right guard, number 62, Jimmy Coleman, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Right tackle, number 78, Jamie Banks, 6'3", 287 pounds, a senior. Tight end, Rylan Finney, 5'8", 213 pounds, a junior, number 9. The quarterback, number 6, Josh Beamer, 5'7", 157 pounds, a junior. Fullback, number 42, Carter Ball, 5'10", 200-pound senior. And the tailback, number 5, Remarcus Baylor, 5'4", 148 pounds, a senior. As the referee is making the introductions of his officiating crew.
Coach Martin had a question.
Did he? And I suppose you answered it?
Well, it's the best of my abilities, which is
pretty
very,
good.
very limited.
No, pretty good, I would imagine.
Well, I tell you, Larry, it's just, I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine some of what the kids are going through down there, too. But it's, these fans are worked up. And, the adrenaline, the emotion right now is just really up there. I mean, you can just kind of feel it, and we're inside here. But I think everybody just gets really hyped up for this. Everybody except maybe Essex over.
Well, Essex has won the toss and deferred their their choice to the start of the second half. So that we kind of hoping that go the other way, but that can also work to our advantage if we score first. Captains shake hands, and we're just about ready for the kickoff to the Division II state championship game here, Class A. You know, Mark, we talked about it a little bit at the motel. I looked back last year at some of the scores of the 6 division championship games, and only one score, and that was the upper level of AAA championship. As we're going to have our national anthem right now. National anthem played by the 17-member Essex band.
I counted them too. Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it wasn't an Air Force flyover, but the geese were nice, weren't they?
Yeah,
that was a nice touch, wasn't it?
As long as they didn't deposit anything on the field.
Flock of geese just flew over here. Must have been 50. No, I was thinking, well, it's not an Air Force flyby, but it's nice to see a formation of some sort, isn't it?
Yes, it is. As the Blue Devils will send back deep on the near side, Josh Castle in the middle. Tyler Kilgore on the far side, Pookie Bird to receive the kickoff by Carter Ball, who is the fullback on the team, middle linebacker, Mr. Do-It-All for this team. Coach Calabro says this kid, number 42, he said he's just kind of like a Gate City kid.
Yeah, they kind of liken him to a bunch of Gate City Blue Devils. He's a good-looking kid. I mean, he looks good in his uniform, and he dresses out well. I think by far and away, he's maybe the most athletic-looking kid out there on Essex team.
Waiting on the opening whistle. Ball hits a high end-over-end kick. It's short. The Devils fool around and better pick it up. Finally pick it up at the 2, up to the 10. Stopped short of the 10 maybe. It looked like some miscommunication between the deep backs, and Gate City lost out on a lot of running.
Well, mental mistake, bad mental mistake right here, right off the bat. You know, and then it looked like after it hit, they thought it was just going to roll in the end zone. They're going to take it on the 20. The ball wasn't going to go. Yeah, I mean, it was a free ball down there.
I know, the coaching staff had told them that a lot of the kicks they'd seen now, the ball had been in the end zone, but the Devils going to have to start deep in their own territory now. At the 10, 1st and 10 at the 10. Devils go to the eye. Wing back set on the right, goes in motion. Spivey hands off to the tailback, and he's going to be hit, fights, breaks a tackle, gets up across the 10, 15, looks for a run room outside, and Kilgore on his own got about 20 yards out of that play up to the 30.
Well, I'll tell you, the defensive guy, number 55 that time for Essex, came in there, kind of hit Kilgore and expected him to go down. Kilgore didn't do it. He spun off of him, broke it to the outside, and maybe just one block away from breaking that thing all the way.
There he was. Kind of ran into his own.
Yeah, I think he ran into Chris Carter downfield, doing some downfield blocking. We got the Devils out of the hole in a hurry in fine fashion, but
that's a big play to come off almost your own goal line like that. Gained about 20 on the first play of the game. Devils in split back situation now as Irwin goes in motion. They fake to Irwin. Devils roll out, have a tight end deep down the field. The pass is complete to Houseright on a grab. What a catch by Houseright. inside the 40 down to the 30, about the 37-yard line of Essex.
Well, the ball was just a little bit underthrown, and the defensive guy was right there all over him. Housewright just wanted the ball more. He took it away from him and very nearly came down on his feet and was able to gain more yardage. But, man, what a great job of concentration that time by Jonas Housewright. And you said that you went up and watched him through the walkthrough, and they threw to Jonas several times in practice.
Yeah, they did.
That was not the pattern you were talking about.
No, sir, that wasn't the pattern.
You know, if that ball had been thrown, it hung up a little bit, and it's kind of wobbly. Jonas just outdueled him for that.
I got to believe there's a little more wind down on the field than the flag showing it. As the Devils run a little inside reverse to Hubbard out on an end around, and he gets inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line.
Well, Blue Devils come out there. I'm going to tell you, we're getting some great blocks up front right here. That was, like you said, and it looked like an option, and then inside reverse, Isaiah took the ball, went to his left, and then handed off to Hubbard coming back. That's and got a great block on the corner out here.
Yes, he did. Gain of 9 makes it 2nd down and 1. 10:27 to go. Ball at about the, we'll call it the 27 of Essex. Devils in an I formation. Wing back set on the left. He goes in motion. That's Irwin. They hand off to Kilgore, and he's tripped, but he may very well have his first down to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he tripped up by number 74 that time. Got a little penetration back there.
Kevin Stewart on the tackle for
Bird is yet to carry the ball yet. Tyler's been pretty much the workhorse back, but on what running plays we've had.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score. Blue Devils have it on the 26 of Essex. Now we go to got an overload set with handoff to Kilgore, and he gets a streak inside 20, and it's tripped up inside the 20 down to the 19.
Boy, if he could have cut that back inside, Larry, he had the block in there from Joe Irvin. Joe Irvin had the guy downfield. If Kilgore cuts that back to his left, he's probably in the end zone.
Devils doing a good job moving the ball, though, Mark.
Well,
gain of about 7 on that play.
I'll tell you one thing. Those guys up front, the guys up front have already taken charge of the offensive line.
It's going to be 2nd down, and scoreboard says 3. Devils have to get it down just about the 16-yard line, between the 16 and 17 of Essex. Devils go with 2 wideouts to the right, and only one back in the backfield, and that's Bird. They run the fumble as Housewright has to fall on it and cover it up as we ran a little
we ran
little
the same
reverse back to the other side, this time with the tight end. Not a smooth handoff.
No, not a smooth handoff, and, the hole was open over there. If we could have gotten to it, everything would have went smooth. I believe that would have worked.
So we lost about 5 on that play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 now.
I'll tell you what. It's just me. I know. It looks like Jonas Housewright's grown 3 inches from last week. Doesn't he look bigger down there today or something?
Yeah, he sure does. I think they all look bigger. Maybe it's the artificial turf.
Maybe it is.
2 wide out to each side as long pass down for Hubbard. Pass complete into the end zone. Touchdown. Big Blue.
Hey, number 2, stop over and pick your jock up because it's laying down over there. Hey, I'll tell you what, that was gorgeous. Hubbard had never even looked for the ball. The ball was thrown right to the corner. And when Hubbard looked up, the ball was there. And number 2 was like, oh, no, what am I doing? Golly. What a beautiful pass and a beautiful catch. Gardner now to attempt a point after. There's the snap. Kicks up. It's good. So the Blue Devils take the opening kickoff, start on their own 10-yard line, and take it just methodically downfield with only really one bobble, and that was the inside handoff on that little reverse. But, golly, Larry, it's got to be pretty impressive, that Essex bunch over there.
Well, I thought, to me, they overcame 2 things in that drive, Mark. They overcame not really fielding the opening kickoff good.
Right.
And they overcame the fumble.
Correct.
And that shows a mark of a good team.
I'll tell you one thing. That was
such a beautiful pass from Isaiah Spivey to Hubbard. Like you said, Hubbard hadn't even looked, and the ball was in the air. Defensive back had no idea where Hubbard was or where the ball was.
No, when Hubbard turned around, the ball was coming down right at him. And I tell you, the key play to that whole drive, though, I got to believe, was Jonas Housewright's reception right here about the 40.
Was.
He just went up and out battled that, and got him way down the field real quick.
So the Blue Devils get on the board first with 8:10 to go here in the first quarter. Devils lead after Gardner's extra point, 7-0. Devils will kick off. Back deep for Essex is going to be number 7 on the far side. That'll be Paul Miller, and on the near side, number 4, Antoine Gaines. Gardner hits a high end-over-end kick, fumble. They go back inside the 10. The Devils have some pressure back there and let him slip through, and he gets up across.
Ball's still loose.
Ball's still loose, and the Blue Devils might have. No, they didn't recover it. But a good job there as the Devils get it stripped it out, Mark, and just couldn't fall on.
Yeah, did a good job that time. I was like you when he first came through there, and I realized he was going down without the ball.
I kind of took my eyes off, didn't see the fumble, as they have them back on their own 15-yard line. So we started on the 10, they started on the 15.
Neither school's getting a good place to start.
No, Josh Beamer, the quarterback for Essex. They go with an I formation, wing back, put that wing back in motion. Beamer rolls to his left, looks, throws a pass that is
down.
Incomplete,
I think it was
batted down, right?
Yeah, somebody got a hand on it. Somebody got a hand and batted the ball around in there a little bit.
Well, now Beamer's only 5'7".
Yeah, he's not very big, is he?
And our defensive tackles are 6'4" and 6'3", 6'2". They hand off to that wingback again. He breaks almost out in the open and almost breaks it all the way as he gets up to the 30-yard line. Just a little, just cutting in behind those people, and it's hard to see him.
Yeah, he's so small.
Baylor's so small.
And he just slashes around in there, too. That's a pretty good run. I thought we had him hemmed up maybe right about the line of scrimmage, but I
also didn't think we did a real good job of tackling that time.
But I'll tell you one thing, he kind of dances, don't he?
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 30. As the quarterback is hit behind the line of scrimmage as he wanted to sneak out on the weak side, and the Blue Devils bring him down for about a 2-yard loss.
I think Weineger's the man that got a hold of him first there and was able to get a hand on him.
It's going to be 2nd down and about 12 now for Essex. Ball back at their own 28-yard line. They go pretty much without a huddle here, Mark. Beamer with split backs in the backfield. Hands off to his big fullback, and he's hit after he gets up to about the 30, falls forward to the 31. That's big ball on the carry that time.
I couldn't see who came off the bottom of the pile. May have been Beasley. I know Housewright was in on the tackle also.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 9 for Essex now. The ball on their own 31. They need to get it almost all the way to the 40 for a 1st down. As Beamer calls his play out the line of scrimmage. Hands off to his little scat back trying to get around the corner, and we have a flag on the play as he still fights and is knocked out of bounds short of the 1st down, so we got to see what the flag is. I got to believe where it is. Man, it may be holding.
I'll tell you one thing, he's hard to get a lick on, isn't he?
Yeah, he just dances around. We haven't hit him solid, have we?
No,
it's kind of like we're reaching for him.
Well, I think that is a hold, as you said.
He stopped short of the 1st down, wasn't he? Big decision here. What do you do? Line it or back it up?
No, I think you back it up. He was real close to the 1st down. I think you back it up here and try to play for field position, don't you?
Yeah, I would think so. I think the coaching staff is really trying to find out how short they are. Legal hands to the back on Essex. And the Devils are going to take it. That'll move them back to the 20-yard line.
He was very close to that 1st down up here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell exactly where he went out of bounds, but he was close.
I don't think he had it, but I don't think he was much over a yard short.
So now it's 3rd and 20 as they hand off to him, getting outside around the corner, and he's wide open. 30, breaks it, and the Devils only have one man that has a chance to catch him, and he breaks out that. Oh, he knocked out of bounds, and only a saving tackle by Will Humphreys saved a touchdown for Essex.
Well, I'll tell you, Larry, it looked like they got all of us sealed up, all the Blue Devils sealed up inside. There wasn't anything fancy about that. He took the ball and headed for the corner. And
yeah.
It looked like they got everybody bottled up inside. You know, we crowded a lot of people up on the line right now. And, he just busted it to the outside, and the Will Humphreys had a good angle, was able to trip him up.
As they have it now, Essex has the ball on the 22 of Gate City, 1st and 10. Essex, as a quarterback, just keeps it, cuts it inside, gets inside the 15, down to about the 14. Kind of rolling to the naked side, that Mark. All the blocking went the other way.
Went the other way and found a seam in there, just turned it up in that seam.
Kind of like our defense may be a little confused here right now, you think?
Well,
it's going to be second down at about 3. Split backs again. Beamer hands off to the fullback, and he's tripped behind the line of scrimmage and falls forward back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, McLean got in there in a hurry that time.
One thing I remember the coaches the other day when I was up there talking about, on some of these plays, you don't want to get too far upfield. That's what they want you to do.
Right.
It's going to be third down about 3 here now. Beamer hands off to the man going the other way, and he goes into the end zone, touchdown. That was Baylor on the carry, but we have a flag on this play also.
That's coming back. Well, I'll tell you, though,
they're still in that right end.
They're sealing their linebacker in there. They've got it sealed, and we can't get a linebacker out there. I mean, there's nothing fancy about that play. He takes it back there, hands it off, and the little guy heads for the corner.
Checking in the lineup now for the Blue Devils, Zach Jones at defensive tackle. The two big runs have come off of their right side, our defensive left side. So that's going to back it up, make it third down and about 11. Ball back at the 22 now.
5:25 left to go in the first quarter.
Remarcus Baylor, the tailback. Essex yet to put the ball in the air. Am I right? They go unbalanced line, strong side to the left side. Devils show blitz. They hand off to Baylor this time, trying to get around the corner, and he breaks one tackle. Still on his feet, skips, and finally brought down inside the 20 at about the 18. He's going to be short of his first down.
He got hammered a little bit from behind that time, but boy, I tell you, it's just hard to. You get him hemmed up, he can really dance around. Got
just
some
kind of
feet.
Stops and starts.
Got some good feet. Actually, I think you said that they threw a pass the first play of the game, didn't they not? Right down here when they got the ball on the 15.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, they did. Got it deflected, didn't
right.
You're right. So they're going to go for a long field goal here. Ball will be spotted back at the 26, make it a 36-yard field goal. Carter Ball, the man to attempt the field goal. They get a good snap. His kick is up. And his kick is good. So Essex gets on the scoreboard with a 36-yard field goal.
Pretty good job by the Devil defense, though, with the aid of a holding penalty to hold them out of the end zone. The holding penalty was the big ally that time. But Essex gets on the board. 7-3, and that ball had plenty of distance and plenty of accuracy.
Yes, it did. Looked good. Yeah,
it did.
I'll tell you another thing that looked good. A snap back from a center looked good, too.
I'm not sure defensively what we're doing, what we did in that series. That we need to get somebody on the outside out a little wider. Maybe we may have to spread out just a little bit, because they did an awful good job getting that corner sealed.
Yeah, they did. So Ball will kick it off. Back deep again for the Blue Devils. It's going to be Kilgore in the middle. On the near side is going to be Castle. Far side will be Pookie Burt.
You know, Baylor's one of those kids that you're going to have to, you're going to have to try to hem him up, get a hand on him, and hope the cavalry gets there to help you.
Yeah.
He's obviously a hard target.
Yeah. he may be one of those kids that you can't really go at it full bore and try to put a good lick on him. You got to kind of throttle back a little bit so you can make a tackle. Ball hits a high end over end kick. This time, Castle's going to field at his 6, 15, 20, and finally brought down at about just short of the 24-yard line. Spotted right on the 24. So the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24 now with 4:24 to go in the first quarter. Devils lead Essex 7-3.
Blue Devils need to do a good job protecting the ball there. This team's got a lot of turnovers, takeaways.
Yes, they do. That's been one of their trademarks all year.
Yeah, it has been.
Devils go back to that same set. I formation with a wing back this time on the left. 2 tight ends. Now that wing back goes in motion away from the play as Spivey keeps on the option, pitches to Kilgore, and dives across the 35. Out of bounds at about the 37. It's 1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Well, I thought he was going to go out of bounds before that. Tyler made a pretty good dive.
Devils have it 1st and 10 at their own 37 with 4:16 to go first quarter. You said you thought we might come out in the wing set, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And off on that quick opener, this time to Bird, and he gets about 11 yards on the carry, up to about the 48, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. So far, Mark, neither one of us has stopped the other one.
No, not really, but, you know, that's one way we talked about a little bit last week. You go against a big defense and somebody that's big up front, you get a piece of them and you hit the quick openers and move right through them. Now, right now, I think the Blue Devils have got about as good a play mix going in these first 2 series as I've seen in a while. I think we're mixing it up good. We're doing some things. But the big thing is we're getting blocks up front, and that's what makes the whole thing work.
2 tight ends and that wing back this time set on the left. Again, he goes in motion away from the line of scrimmage. They hand off to Kilgore on kind of a delay, and he might have gained a yard, maybe up to the 49.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That time, I think that was Ball that made the tackle for them. Carter Ball, middle linebacker. First play I think we've had, Mark, for not much yardage, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it may be.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. They pretty much go with the 5-man line here. Shotgun. Spivey looks. Screen set up. Tight end screen to house right. 40. Needs a block. Brought down. And he's going to be whistled down when the ball came out at about the 37-yard line.
Boy,
1st and 10, Blue Devils.
You said it was right. It was set up. It was set up beautifully. House right was right in the middle right there, and I tell you what, had he have seen to cut that back the other way, he had a block inside, I think, but that thing was set up gorgeous.
1st and 10 for Gate City with 2:50 to go in the first quarter at the Essex 37-yard line. Devils this time split backs, 2 wideouts to the left. They show blitz. They hand off to Bird, who gets a big hole inside the 15 down to the 14.
Well, the guy that blitzed ran right by the handoff. Bird had a big hole running over on that left side. I tell you, Weiniger and Smith and Carter and all those guys over on the left side, and who was in tight end that time, either probably Hubbard.
Maybe in Hubbard on that side.
I tell you what, they're giving their back some great holes to run in.
1st and 10 at the 14 of Essex. No, I'll take that back at the 24 of Essex. I wish it was the 14.
Yeah. Or the 4.
Or the 4. Split backs again. Hand off again to Bird, and he might have got a yard. Might have only got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll just see where they mark.
Yeah, I think Bird tried to cut it outside that time, run away from where the designed hole was to be. That was designed to be a quick opener.
Gain of about 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Minute 45 left in the first quarter. Gate City leads Essex 7-3. The Trojans. Back to the I. 2 wide outs to the right. Tied in on the left side this time. We run with Kilgore left. He tries to bounce it outside. Still fights for yardage. Gets inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Gained about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up a third down to about 3, I think, after they spot it.
Minute and 12 seconds.
Didn't gain as much as I thought he did. It's going to be 3rd and 5. .57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Spivey fakes his quick opener, looks, now has some running room on the corner. 15, 10, down the sideline, dives for the end zone. They say he stepped out on the 5.
Oh.
But that's all right. It's 1st and goal for the Blue at the 5-yard line.
That's a pretty good deal. Spivey rolled that way, had everybody going that way. I thought he was covered downfield. He reversed field, and there wasn't anybody over there, and he had all the flow going to his right. Pretty headsy play.
Yeah, it was. Now with 39 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Devils have it 1st and goal on the Trojans 5. Devils in the power I, 2 tight end. Spivey hands off to the tailback, Kilgore. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown. Tyler Kilgore from 5 yards out. Devils go on top 13-3.
Blue Devils bring the ball right back down the field. I'll tell you one thing, man, they're doing a good job against this big Trojan front line. Gardner now to attempt a point after, try to make it 14-3. Here's the snap by Carter. The hold was Spivey. The kick is good. 14-3, Blue Devils lead. And with that, we should probably tell you that Big Blue Football on GCTV, brought to you by Fairway Ford Volkswagen, Kilgore for Delegate, the Bryan Center, Daugherty Brothers Chevrolet, Thriftway Market, Scott County Long Distance, State Line Graphics, and Scott County Farm Bureau.
Also by Jackson Street Formal, by the law office of Jeff Hamilton, by Mark's Hardware. Mark, I know there's something you want to say about the hardware guy.
Oh yeah, I need to, Larry. I want everybody to know that without their support, that of course that we wouldn't be able to do these games. But I've got a couple of people I really got to brag on here, and that's Brendan and Jason for allowing me to get away to come and do these games. Times when I know they would like to get to the games, or would like to at least get to them sooner than what they do. But I've got 2 great people right there, and I want to wholeheartedly thank them for giving me this opportunity to get out here and be a part of this GCTV crew. If it weren't for those people, I think everybody pretty much knows Mark's Hardware would be in the world of trouble.
They're a lot of good help to you, Mark. You have 2 fine employees.
Yeah, I'm really proud of both of them, and proud of to be associated with 2 fine people like that.
Gardner hits a high-end over-end kick. It's going to be fielded this time by Miller at about his 9-15, and is tripped up. And I tell you what, they set up some pretty good kickoff.
Yeah, they got a pretty good wedge going over there. I almost thought his knee was on the ground when he fielded that ball. Apparently not, though.
Evidently not. They get it back to just short of the 30. We'll call it 1st and 10 for them on the 29-yard line with 20.8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Devils lead the Trojans 14-3. They kind of pretty much in that same set with the wing back on the left that goes in motion. And we have a flag on the play.
What's the flag?
I don't know. Were we in the neutral zone or were they moved? I think we're in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty stepped off on the Blue Devils. It's going to move it up just short of the 35 and make it 1st and 5 for Essex. Beamer keeps, rolls to his right, gets to the open field, brought down to right about midfield.
That's almost like a quarterback draw, except he didn't go back and then come forward. He rolled his right and pivoted back to his backside to
Just
his right.
Countered back, didn't
he? Yeah, and then ran back right. It's kind of like he started to reverse pivot out of there, and then just turned it back.
But had more success on our right side. Beamer hands off to that tailback again as he tries to get around the corner. Bird tries to trip him up, but we finally force him out of bounds after a gain of close to about 8 yards on the play. Only Luke Humphreys could force him out of bounds here. That'll be the last play of the first quarter. So after one quarter of play, it's Gate City 14, Essex 3. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the second quarter in just a minute. We're ready to go here to start the second quarter. There's that little counter again by the quarterback. We spin him at the line of scrimmage, but we don't get him down. Finally bring him down after he picks up his first down. Beamer on the carry.
Able to hold on. That helped out some. We got some help there.
That little counter step, I don't know whether that's doing it or what's doing it.
I don't either.
First and 10 for Essex. Yeah. Beamer under center. They will show blitz. They hand off to Baylor running right. He's got a hole, and he's going to break it all the way into the end zone touchdown as Marcus Baylor takes it from 37 yards out for a touchdown.
That's going to make it 14-9, pending the point after here. Larry, they just get some good blocks in there. Defensively, we're going to have to make a few adjustments, looks like. It's so hard to get a handle on Baylor.
Yeah, they're doing a good job blocking.
Yeah, they've done a real good job. He had a big hole that time. The point after attempt by Ball to try to make it 14-10. Good snap, a good hole. And the kick is no good. It looked good from here. I started to call it, but when I saw that official look at the other one, I thought he missed that. I don't know. He must have missed it wide left. It looked like it went right through.
No, it looked to me like it was hooking.
Yeah, it was hooking, but it still looked like it went through. 14-9. So Blue Devils get somewhat of another break by a missed extra point that time.
I think that the Blue Devils have been as good at as anything all year has been defense. And right now the defense is giving up a lot of yardage.
Well, like you say, they're getting blocked up there pretty good. Baylor that time had a big hole to run through. Really only one guy downfield to beat.
Blue Devils will have Kilgore back in the middle, Bird on the near side now, and Castle on the far side as Ball will kick off. 11:31 to go here in the first half. As Essex has just scored a 37-yard touchdown to close the score down to 4-9. Devils lead. 14-9.
Thing the Blue Devils can ill afford to do is quit executing on offense. We got to keep
scoring.
Yeah, got to keep scoring.
Right now, we can't outscore them, or been lucky to outscore them. Well, we got a ball this time hits a high end over end kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 8 by Castle. 15, 20. Stop, fights forward, and going to be brought down about the 20, probably about the 25-yard line. As their ball came out, but they're saying it was whistled down at the 25. Essex thought they'd had a fumble, or thought they had a fumble.
Got half a dozen boos on the other side from all 12 people. Half of them thought it was bad.
Devils come out this time with wide out to each side. High formation. Spivey fakes, run the option. Keeps, cuts it back in. Gets his first down across the 35 up to about the 36-yard line. Isaiah Spivey on a good read and a first down for the Blue Devils.
That's where I thought all along, Larry, playing on turf may aid us a little bit, was the ability for Spivey to get outside and get the field broken up and cut it back against the grain. He did a good job that time, and he read it. And, you know, I really thought that even with their speed that the turf maybe favored us just a little bit with our quickness.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at their own 37. 14-9, Gate City leads the Trojans. This time, handoff to the fullback who spins and gets about 8 yards up to the 45 as Blue Devils come right back, hand the ball off to Pookie Bird, and he gets about 8. Closer to 9. This offense right now, Mark, is doing probably as steady a job as they've done all year.
Yeah, really. You know, I had thoughts along the same line. Man, have we been just methodical so far?
2nd down 1, and Devils go in motion. So that's going to penalize them as Bird about a half count too early on that. It's going to cost
our first
us 5
penalty? No, we had one on defense. We lined up in the neutral zone on defense.
Right. So that backs it back to the 41. Devils have to make the 47, their own 47 for a first down. Second down and about close to 6, I would say. One wide out on the left. That's Irwin. They jump, or look like they jump. They hand off to Kilgore, and he fights up to about where the original line of scrimmage was before that play, across the 45 to about the 46.
Yeah, I think they just kind of jumped forward. They never did get into the neutral zone.
So here we are, 3rd down and 1, a little bit longer than it was the other time. Devils in Luke Humphrey's in to replace Joe Irwin, which tells me this is probably going to be a power out formation.
Yep. Right you are.
3rd down and 1 now. 2 tight ends for the Blue Devils. Spivey hands off to Kilgore, and he's going to be stopped short.
Yep, believe he is, depending on where they mark it.
As ball got in there and almost took the handoff.
Ball came on a blitz. Golly. What are you going to do, punt this? Blue Devils want to go for it, but I tell you, you're on the wrong side of the field this time. Take a time.
We'll try to draw them off sides, be my guess.
Well, we don't want to get a delay of game.
Full house. 4th down and 1. Kilgore goes in motion. We're going for it. We hand off to Bird, and he's got it. Across midfield down to the 49.
Wow.
Riverboat Gambler, Colorado.
Full house. First time we run that set tonight.
Uh-huh. I think I know what he's thinking. We got to keep the ball.
Yeah,
we got to move the ball.
We got to keep take as much time off the clock as we can.
But
that's pretty gutsy on your own side of the 50.
Hey,
you missed that right there. We haven't stopped him yet, exactly.
That's true, but like you said, this is the Super Bowl vice.
Hey, let me tell you, I think you got to coach this game more wide open.
That's right. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 49. Split back. Hand off to Bird, trying to get around the corner, and he's going to be brought down short of the line of scrimmage. As Pookie, every time Pookie's tried to get outside, Mark, they've been able to come up with their speed and bring him down.
That's just it. It's their speed. They're able to close it down. It looks like it's out there, and then all of a sudden it's not. Yeah, I think, a game like this, I think as a coach, you got to, commit yourself early to say, hey, we may have to take some chances today. We may have to do a few things in some places that we normally don't do them in and take those chances. And I think right now Coach Colabro's probably thinking along the same lines that you were. You got to keep the ball and take as much time off that clock as you can.
2nd and 10 now for the Blue Devils. I formation. And off fullback, Bird spins for about 6. Inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, just straight ahead. Just straight ahead football.
So far, I think that's been where, other than the one option or a couple options, that's been where big plays have come.
I'll tell you what. We're sucking them in for a pass play here. Going in the middle. You give something play action off that in a minute.
Yeah. 3rd down and 4 now. The Blue Devils need to get it down to the 39 of Essex for a 1st down. Wingback set on the right. High formation. Wingback goes in motion away from the line of scrimmage. Run the option left, and Spivey spins, but he only gets maybe a yard on the play. I'm not so sure that the pitch man wasn't open.
Well, you think he was open?
I think he was.
I think there was a lot of separation between them, but it may just look that way because Isaiah cut it up so quick.
So now the Blue Devils are going to send in the punt team with 4th and 3 here, and the ball at the Essex 42 with 6:40 left here in the first half. Devils lead 14-9. Kilgore not very. That's Spivey. Screen pass to Kilgore. He's got to make it to the 40, and it's going to be close.
Man, it's going to be close.
Yeah, we got it, baby.
Yeah.
We got it by a yard.
Yeah, he did.
As Spivey dropped back, I thought that don't look like Kilgore. Didn't see his number.
I thought it was Spivey. When you said Kilgore, I had to take a second look. I thought it was Spivey, and I'm thinking, we're just in a deep shotgun here.
So the fake punt gives the Blue Devils a 1st down, and we're throwing the book out here, bud.
Throw it out, baby. Hey, I'll tell you what, you pull out all the stops here. This may be as wide open coach football game as I've seen Coach Colabro do. What do you think?
I think so, too. 1st and 10 at the 38 of Essex. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Spivey under center. Hands off on that little end around this time to Houseright. It gets maybe 3 on the play, maybe 4.
Little inside handoff back to the tight end. And if you get a little penetration off the line, that's going to work for you. Houseright turned it up into the hole. Saw it pretty early.
Gain of 3 is going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Devils need to get it just over the 28 of Essex for a 1st down. High formation. Bird split out wide to the right. Option, pitch, Kilgore. 5, cuts it back in now. Has a hole, breaks a tackle. 10, 5, runs for the flag.
Did he make
Touchdown.
it? He ran for the corner, good pitch. Man, he just blew by one guy, and then he looked like he turned on the afterburners. Talking about some speed. Headed for the pylon, was able to get it in the corner. Man, great job that time. Tyler Kilgore just did an excellent job once he got the pitch, and Isaiah did a good job to see that he needed to pitch that ball, not turn it upfield. That's just good execution. Blue Devils 20, Trojans 9. Gardner here to attempt to point after, try to make it 21. And he does. And you're talking about a guy that's really come on here in the last 4 games of the season. It's Nolan Gardner. I don't want to jinx him, but he hadn't missed an extra point now in long time.
Been a while. We'd like to also tell you that Big Blue Championship Football is brought to you on GCTV by New People's Bank, by Hackney Furniture Company, by Weber City Drug, and by Dennis Fritz All-State Insurance. You're in good hands with Dennis Fritz.
All-State.
I'd like to thank Dennis. He's been a part of this GCTV bunch this year. Did the promos for the advertisements, the voiceovers for the advertisements. 21-9, Gate City leads the Essex Trojans with 5:28 to go. We got to find some way to shut them down, Blue.
Hey, boys, how about that deal, though? You run a fake punt. First of all, you go for it on 4th and 1 from your side of the field, and then you run a fake punt down inside their territory. I bet that bunch of us are saying, what are they thinking?
Miller on the near side, Gaines on the far side. Gardner, a slow bounding kick. It's picked up about the 30, 35, and brought down. His knee hit the ground at about the 38.
That ball didn't get the hop they was hoping for it to get off the turf. That ball gets the hop they want. It slows that speed down back there.
Right. If he gets over that guy's head.
Yeah, or gets, or takes that hard bounce and maybe just scoots off that turf.
So now the Trojans have it 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. So far, the Blue Devils have, Trojans haven't punted, so we haven't stopped them. Beamer hands off to his fullback, and he gets right at a 1st down on the carry his ball on that trap play right up the middle, and he gets just about 9 yards on the carry.
You said it's the inside trap, and they just brought it right straight up center of the field that time. Kind of like a 30 trap.
2nd down, really an inch this year. Beamer hands off to his little scat back in the backfield who jitterbugs around and breaks tackles, and boy, he gets hit from behind, but he has his 1st down as Spivey closed up. What Spivey was?
That's McLean.
McLean closed on him from behind.
Boy, I had him hemmed up back there. You get him hemmed up, and he dances around, jukes around, and all of a sudden he's out of it and gone.
He can stop and stop and start real quick, can't he?
Better than you can say it.
It doesn't take much to do that. 1st and 10 at the Gate City 45. Beamer.
There he comes.
This time on the quarterback keeper, and he gets spun down after a gain of maybe
Ball
about 3.
They're going to say he's
down.
Well, they kind of owed Essex one, maybe.
Think so?
Nah. No.
I don't think we owe him
I
that.
don't think we owe him a thing. Well, you said earlier, Essex been here, been to the regional playoffs 4 times out of the last 8 years. Is that right?
Well, he said he'd been there 8 years, and it's 4 times out of the last.
First time ever to the championship game?
Yes. But now they don't show to have any jitters, I tell you.
No, they certainly don't.
Beamer hands off to Baylor, running right on the play that.
Oh, hit that time.
Yeah, that play was the one that got the touchdown on. This time somebody closed and brought him down after a gain of about 4.
I think Housewright's in on that, but I think Seth Frazier may have been the man that delivered that lick. May have been Housewright.
Going to be 3rd down and about 2 here for Essex with 3:37 to go. The ball's just about the Blue Devil 38-yard line. Beamer, they run a little reverse this time, and that man didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
No. Big Weiniger and Humphreys, Will Humphreys, but Weiniger had that thing. He was back in there, and Will Humphreys come back in there and help make that play.
We almost got a face mask.
Yeah, we didn't know.
No gain makes it 4th down and 3, and they're going to go for a year.
Yeah. You suspect they might.
Yeah. Beamer hands off to Baylor, running left, and he didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
He only got a yard. The Devils take over on downs at about their own 37.
Huh.
I'll tell you something they do, Mark. They cut block a lot.
Yes, they do.
You see that guy go down?
Yeah,
Blue Devils went down.
They're cut blocking up on the line.
You daggone right. We had a guy standing there like a tree, and all of a sudden his feet's cut right out from under. So the Devils have 2:47 to go here.
Blue Devils need to take this down, punch it in before halftime. We need to get this in the end zone here.
1st and 10 on our own 38. Double wing back set. Hand off to Bird right up the middle, and he gets probably 4. across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be second down and 6 with 2:30 to go. 21-9, Gate City leads Essex in the Group A Division II Championship game here at Harrisonburg. Full house, 2 tight ends this time for the Blue Devils. Spivey, bootleg, pass, open. Bird down the sideline, first down. Bird out of the backfield, down to the 43-yard line.
Just enough play action to that to allow Bird to get free out into the flat. Spivey did a great job delivering the ball on the money.
2:03 with the clock stopped. Now they'll wind it. Ball on the Essex 43. Same thing here. Full house, 2 tight ends. Spivey fakes, looks, has a man open. Irwin at the 30, 25, inside the 20, down to about the 21-yard line.
We've seen that pass one other time, and it went for a touchdown. Very nearly went for a touchdown that time. Irwin was wide open. A good fake. Play fake to Irwin. He sneaks out on the backside. All the momentum's going right. I'll tell you what. This is
a masterpiece.
Yeah, this is just masterpiece. Yeah, it is. It's a masterpiece of play calling, but it's a masterpiece of execution there.
Yeah. First and 10 at the Essex 22 with 1:36 to go. Split backs, 2 wide outs to the right. Spivey looks. Pass complete to Kilgore out of the backfield down the far sideline. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 6. It'll be first and goal Blue Devils.
Well, that time Ball had the coverage. Number 42, that big linebacker, and Kilgore came out and again ran that pattern almost. Pookie Bird ran a while ago, and Ball couldn't get out there to him. The ball was thrown right on the money, and Ball could not get to it, and that's just having a ball.
Yeah. First and goal from the 6 with 1:24 to go.
Golly. Well, I'll tell you, I'm like you, this is a masterpiece right here.
Back to the power eye now. Somebody's got a block ball on this.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, this time Humphreys goes in motion. Hand off Kilgore running left. See a flag on the far side. Kilgore stopped short of the goal line at about the 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's not a flag that you're going to get a hold call on, and we may have some movement. That may be procedure.
Clock stopped, or they're trying to stop it with 1:09 to go.
It's either illegal procedure.
Yeah, illegal motion. 2 people in motion at the same time. So instead of having the ball second down and goal at about the 1, the Devils are going to be backed up 5 and have it at about the 11, first and goal. Minute 9 left here in the half. Gate City leads Essex 21-9. It's going to be first and goal almost at the 12. It is back to the 12. Devils, I think, with a full complement of timeouts.
Yeah, I don't think we've taken a timeout.
Luke Humphrey splits out wide to the right. 1 back set. Kilgore split out wide left. Spivey rolls, looks, pass, complete the house right. And he's brought down at about the 6, the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be second down and goal at the 6.
Bad thing about that was he couldn't get out of bounds, so we'll use a timeout here. The clock's still running, or it was.
Gate City does take a timeout with 50.9 seconds to go. I think the coaching staff thought there was a little time that ran off the clock before we got it stopped.
There may have been. I think coach is asking the same thing. And they're wanting to put more time back on the clock.
We have somebody checking down here or trying to call the...
I think they're trying to call it up here to the press box.
Blue Devil band masked on the sideline here, about ready to go out for their halftime performance.
Well, we can't work the walkie-talkie or the cell phone down there, whatever they're calling up here with. You know, you would assume that a school of this size and this facility would have a direct line from a sideline up to the.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for that purpose. You know, it happens in college.
Yeah.
Probably more so than in high school. So,
you know, I would think one thing that would do would give Coach Colbert a little extra time on his timeout.
Well, I think it's going to do too, though, is give everybody a little more time to get rested here a little bit.
Well, they have not added the time back. It's still
well, they're trying to get it back on the clock.
50.9.
I mean, would you think there would be a sideline phone for that purpose, though?
I would think so. They put it back now at 53 seconds. At a second and a tenth, didn't it?
Yeah. There's 50.9 on it. Okie dokie.
2 seconds and a tenth. 2 seconds and a tenth. All right, here we go. Two tight ends and a full house for the Blue Devils. And Kilgore running left, spins down to about the 2 before he's bottled up.
Is that Kilgore or Bird with the ball?
I thought
that's
it was
Bird.
Kilgore. It's Bird?
Yeah, Kilgore was your lead blocker that time.
Okay, my fault. If that's the only mistake I made.
The only mistake me and you ever made was get started doing this stuff anyway.
Some people think so. Yeah, it's third down to goal now from a 2. Gate City called a timeout again with 47.2 seconds left. And I think we still have one, don't you? Timeout.
I thought we, I still think we have one. I can't remember another one we've taken.
Need to punch this one in right here, Mark.
Well, you punch this one in here, and they're going to have a few seconds to try to get something going, but you got to stop them from scoring, keep the momentum here at halftime.
All right, here we go. Full house. Kilgore, the left halfback. Bird, the fullback. Luke Humphreys, the right halfback. 2 tight end. Handoff. Bird, touchdown. Bird. Gate City goes ahead 27-9.
27-9, as Larry said, with 44.3 seconds left to go before the half. Gardner comes on to attempt the point after again. Try to make it 28. Good snap, a good hold, and a good point. 28-9. Well, Larry, I'll tell you one thing. These Blue Devils were ready to come play this ball game.
Yes, they were. They have really been, well, we said that we pulled out a whole lot of stuff here in the first half offensively. And I thought really on the last drive, even though Essex moved the ball quite a bit, we made some key defensive plays,
Yeah.
maybe an adjustment or two made defensively, but I'm sure once we get in the locker room, we might be able to correct some things defensively.
Well, of course, the main thing is you don't want to give them a chance. Definitely do not want to give them a chance here with 44 seconds to get something long downfield. They're going to
kick this one like he did the last one. You skip it and hope you get a better bounce.
Yeah, they've got an opportunity here. They've got an opportunity here to get in position. With 44 seconds, they could run about maybe 2 or 3 pass plays in the running play, and you got to believe they're going to try to get it to Baylor on a running play at least once.
Right.
Especially if we go into a prevent defense and give them some underneath room. So you want to keep everything in front of you here, not let them get any momentum going into the locker room at halftime.
Gardner hits it at the 40. It is a low bounding kick.
Outstanding.
It's going to be fielded, great.
Outstanding.
Off of Miller's fingertips.
That ball's live.
And goes into the end zone. Once it goes to breaks the plane, that's a kind of a muff kick. So.
Well, no, if he touches it before it goes in, it's still live unless he covers it like that.
Yeah. It's a muff.
No, if he gains control of it, then like you say, he gets it on 20.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 with 40 seconds left here in the first half.
Now that's the hop off the turf you want right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good job by Gardner. Outstanding kick. I'll tell you.
A lot of colleges like to have a kicker that can place it like that on that type of kick.
Absolutely.
It's not easily done. All right, here we go. They're in that offset eye. Beamer hands off to his fullback, ball, and he stopped after a gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Surprised.
As they're going to call timeout now with 28 seconds by the time they get the clock stopped.
Surprised that's their first play from scrimmage play selection, first play from scrimmage with 40 seconds left.
Yeah. Could be trying to set us up for a play action punt.
Well, you know, you got to figure they're going to have to pass the ball a time or two, but you know, ball's been ineffective today as a runner. You got to figure that they've got to get the ball to Baylor if they want to run it.
Ball's had that one good carry, about a 10-yard carry.
What I thought they would do would come out, put the ball up in the air a couple of times. Even if they go incomplete, you stop the clock. Then get us spread out, get us in a prevent type defense, and then you got to spread out and you try to get at least one running play to Baylor underneath.
Yeah.
But I'm not a coach, so.
We're rolling back with what? One safety?
Yeah, you know, right here, and it loops a little deeper, but you've got you got 3 linebackers, and they're backed off the ball a little bit. McLean coming on the blitz.
Drops back, throws that long pass down the field. That man is open. He just forgot one thing, the football.
Well, the ball was thrown on the wrong side. He was looking in. The ball was thrown to his outside. He had to turn around, and when he turned around, he couldn't make the catch. I think that's what made him more open. Joe Irwin had pretty good position on him inside, but the ball was thrown to the outside.
Antoine Gaines, the receiver that the pass was intended for, stops the clock at 22.7, brings up 3rd down and about 7. Pick one off, score again.
Yeah. Yeah, and again. And again.
This time Gaines splits out wide to the right. Devils roll back and double with double safeties now here. Now to try to keep everything in front of them. Beamer pitches to Baylor, running right. And he's tripped up at about the 25. If you got a timeout, take it.
Who did the job fighting through the block that time, tripped him up? Was that Will Humphreys, 34?
I think it was Humphreys.
You know, sometimes you don't make the tackle, but you fight through that block like that right there, and you create a little confusion. That's all you have to do.
I'm surprised. Essex took a timeout with 12.4 seconds and 4th down.
Well,
I mean, if you're going to punt it, why take a timeout?
I don't know.
You probably could have let the clock run out.
Maybe they're not going to punt it. Maybe they're going to try to fake it.
Fake it.
Deep in their own territory. If that don't work.
The guy that's back to do the punting is a quarterback, Will Clark. I believe I heard him say the other day that they have run some fakes with this kid. You're the only time they've ever seen him back there as a in their punt formation.
Number 12, Will Clark.
Fourth down. Snap to Clark, and he's going to punt it. It's high end over end punt. The Devils just run away from it. And the ball will be
That's going to do it.
blown dead at about the
All right, we're still going to take a
47.
snap right here.
Yeah, I don't think we even have to take a snap. I think once we get lined up, they'll roll the clock. We don't even have to run it. Maybe wrong. Ball's at the 46 of Gate City. You surprised we didn't try to run it back? That we ran away from it?
No, not really.
Didn't want to take a chance on turning it over in. Kicked it high, didn't it?
Yeah, he did.
Not very deep, but high. Start the clock. Well, they just mark it ready for play.
I thought we'd take a snap.
We're a man short. We don't have a center.
We need one.
We may get a 5-yard penalty.
And it won't matter.
Nah. We go back into
Just take it down right here.
Who's going to take a knee by Spivey, and that's the end of the half. After one half of play, it's Gate City 28 and Essex 9. We'll take a break. Be back for the second half in just a minute.
Yeah, we're back, I think. Didn't think we were for a
Started
minute.
to wonder for a minute.
Yeah, me too. We're back. at Bridgeforth Stadium, James Madison University. And if you hadn't watched the first half of this replay, you need to tune in and make sure you get to see the first half of it, because it's been a clinic by the Blue Devils. Larry, the stats look like this. Blue Devils have 16 first downs, Trojans 6. Blue Devils rushed the ball 26 times, 178 yards. Trojans rushed the ball 19 times for 178 yards. But the difference, one of the big differences is Blue Devils put the ball in the air 8 times, completed 8 passes, no interceptions. Trojans tried one pass, no completions, no interceptions. 136 yards for the Blue Devils in the air, none for the Trojans. 314 yards total offense for the Blue Devils in the first half, and that's big. 178 for the Trojans. Gate City had 1 fumble, retained possession of it. So did the Trojans. Penalties, Gate City penalized 3 times for 15 yards. Trojans 2 times for 20. And Essex punted the ball 1 time for 32 yards. Blue Devils didn't punt the ball. Kilgore has 10 carries for 90 yards. Bird 10 for 55. And Baylor for the Trojans, 9 carries, 136 yards.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Scoring went this way after the Blue Devils took over the opening kickoff on their own 10. They put a 90-yard touchdown drive together, and the Blue Devils went on top as Spivey hit Will Hubbard for a 23-yard touchdown pass with 8:10 to go in the first quarter. Gardner kicked the extra point. Blue Devils led 7-0. The Trojans came right back. Carter Ball, after a drive stalled, hit a 36-yard field goal with 4:34 to go in the first quarter. Made the score. Gate City 7, Essex 3. Then Tyler Kilgore came back for the Blue Devils with a 5-yard touchdown run in the first quarter with 27.3 seconds to go. Gardner hit the extra point. Blue Devils went on top 14-3 after 1 quarter. Here comes Essex back again as Remarcus Baylor went in from 37 yards out with 11:31 to go in the second quarter. Extra point by Carter Ball was missed, and that left the score 14-9. Then the Blue Devils answered that drive of Essex back with a 35-yard touchdown run by Tyler Kilgore with 5:28 to go in the second quarter. Gardner hit the extra point. Devils went up 21-9. Blue Devils came back with 44.3 seconds left in the first half on a 2-yard run from Pookie Bird. Devils are up as it stands now 28-9 as we're about ready for the opening kickoff of the second half. Back deep for Essex. I'm sure it's probably going to be the same 2 people, Antoine Gaines and Paul Miller, as it's going to be, no, they're going to send Baylor back this time. He's going to replace Miller. So it's Baylor on the near side, Gaines on the far side. Expect to see that low bounding kick that we saw.
Yes, I do.
Late in the first half.
I think you got to do that. Well, Larry, there's 24 minutes of football left. And still a lot of time. Blue Devils are going to have to keep up the execution.
Here we go for the second half as Gardner hits a low bounding kick that they fall on and cover up at about the 28-yard line. So it worked out well. Kept it out of the Speed Demons' hand. Kept it low, and they got decent field position at the 28, but that's better than letting them run something back deep. Yeah, I think you got to respect that speed and their elusiveness more than about as much as the speed. Yeah. Essex starts out 1st and 10 at their own 29 with 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. That's a different formation. 1 back in the backfield. Now they run with a quarterback, and he's hit it on a good lick from, who is that, Mark? McLean. Frazier also. Yeah, McLean and Frazier both. Gain about a yard up to the 30. As Beamer rolled out to his left. Now they're back to their normal, pretty much their normal set. They head off to Baylor running right, and this time Baylor is brought down after a pickup of about 2. That's been the side he's gained the most on. We had about 3 people around him that time. Larry had him kind of corralled up. Got to believe the Blue Devils tried to make some kind of defensive adjustment halftime to keep them from bouncing it off that corner over there. Right. That makes it 3rd down and 5 now for the Trojans. They go with a wing-back set on the right, 1 wide out on the left. Devils show blitz. They look for the long pass. That is broken up on a good defensive play by Will Hubbard. He had Antoine Gaines step for step, got his left arm stretched out and broke up the pass.
Yeah, beautiful coverage that time by Hubbard.
Beamer tried to throw that deep out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
You got to have a pretty good arm to throw it like that in high school. So Essex will be back for their second punt of the game.
You can't float it out there. You got to lay that there some zip on it.
Will Clark to do the punting for Essex. And this time it's a low line drive, returnable punt as Hubbard feels it at the 40. Now changes directions and gets back up to about the 43. Got about all they could get out of it, really, as they got downfield well to cover the punt, Mark.
Yeah, they got down there pretty good.
But it's good field position for the Blue Devils, just short of their own 44.
43-yard line.
Looked like the Devils might have made some defensive adjustments. Let's see if Essex did.
I tell you, I was downstairs at halftime and with all the newspaper and other people here covering this. There's a lot of press downstairs. I'll tell you one thing, talking about a bunch of impressed people at halftime.
Devils go unbalanced line, strong side to the left with a wingback set on the left. And Spivey bootlegs, keeps himself. 45, cuts it back inside and scrambles up close to about the 48-yard line. Depending on the spot, it's going to be at the 48. It's going to be a gain of about 4, brings up second down and 6.
Bootleg right off the bat.
Look good doing it, too.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this bunch, that's another thing they were talking about there at halftime. It's what a job of play mix this bunch is had. And I'll tell you one thing, it's surprising.
And off the Bird right up the middle, and he's going to be down close to a first down, maybe a yard short. See where they mark it. Mark it in between the 47 and 48, and they need to get it between the 47 and the 46. So it'll be third down and 1. Third and 1. Full house for the Blue Devils. 2 tight ends. Spivey hands off the Bird around the corner. He's going to have his first down before he's slung down at about the 40.
Well, that looks like a little taste of their own medicine out there. Nobody out on the corner. Bird just busted it to the outside.
I think they were looking for something in the middle, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've got them looking in the middle. Just, I don't know. If you're a defensive coordinator or a guy across the ball, I mean, you're just going to have to start guessing what we're going to do because we're mixing it up so much right now. It's got to be a nightmare for those guys.
First and 10 at the 41 of Essex. 2 tight ends in the full house. Spivey fakes, hands off to the left halfback. That's Kilgore, and he gets about 8 on the carry, down close to the 32. He had to get down to the 31. We'll see where they spot it. Main thing is when you get a first down carry of about 7 or 8 yards in a whack, you can keep on moving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you hold on to the ball, you can be a little more wide open when you're doing that, can't you?
This offensive line, Mark, I don't think has had enough credit all year. But they're doing a tremendous job. This is probably their best job of blocking all year.
Yeah, and you and I, we've talked about them several times. And
we go full house here on second down and 1. Hand off to Kilgore, and he breaks it. 30, gets inside the 30, holds on to the football, gets it down to the 25. First and 10, Blue Devils.
Any good football team starts with your men up front, and we've tried to make mention of them as much as we can this year to give them credit for it. But I tell you, they can't be paid any greater compliment than what their backs pay them.
Yeah.
And our backs have done a good job praising this line all year, and they'll be the first to tell you, Kilgore, Bird, Isaiah, whoever's in that backfield will tell you that bunch has done a good job all year. And I read it in the paper this week. They praised the offensive line, and that's the biggest compliment they can get is from their own backs.
Josh Kessel in the lineup now at the right halfback spot. 2 tight ends, full house. And off to Castle running left. He catches it back inside with his speed, gets inside the 20 down to maybe the 18-yard line. Another big gain on first down.
And they're just opening up some massive holes up front. Backs are doing a good job finding those seams, cutting it up in there.
That's a gain of about 7. It's going to bring up second down and 3. Humphrey's into the ball game now with the play. He'll be in at probably the right halfback. Or he's going to be, he's going to be into right halfback. We're just going 2 tight ends and a full house now and just pounding it out. Spivey keeps, looks for a block on the corner, fights inside the 15, down to the 14, 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Follows his fullback up in there.
Well, they're going to drag it back, spotted on the 15, but even looking across the way, that should be a first down.
That's going to be real close.
Yard marker's right on the 15.
They're going to ask for a measurement.
Yeah.
It's going to be real close. 6:49 left to go in the third quarter. Yeah, Blue Devils can get it in here. And well, I tell you, done a good job of clock management today.
Yeah. It's not even close, boys. This is first down. Half of football. They stretch it. That is first down. I can't see where it's half of football now, but it's first down.
I can see an arm going like this, can't you?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the Florida State chop.
No.
I don't think that's the Seminole chop there.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Essex 15.
1st and 10 for Gate City. The Essex 15.
Devils now in the power eye with Kilgore, the tailback in this. And Kilgore trying to get around a block, and he's knocked forward for a couple yards down to about the 13. As Essex did a pretty good job sealing the hole up that time.
Well, they did a pretty good job, but I'm thinking if Kilgore goes straight ahead with that, the hole may have been inside a little bit. It may not have supposed to be inside a little bit, but that's where the hole was.
Gain of only 1 brings up second down and 9, and we have a timeout, officials timeout. As we have a Essex player trying to get some headgear repaired.
Ball trying to fire up his defensive charges up front.
Irwin checks into the backfield now.
On the Essex 14-yard line.
Devils look like they have a little confusion.
Well, looks like a lot of discussion.
Yeah, power eye. Spivey fakes, looks, throws for his tight end, pass in the end zone. Oh, just a little bit overthrown, incomplete. He had him open, and he had him on a small defensive back.
Yeah, had a good matchup, just overthrew him a little bit.
Isaiah's first incomplete pass of the game. It's going to bring up now 3rd and 9. Devils have to get it down to the 5-yard line.
3rd down, 9.
I'll run that screen. Of course, that's just me.
Devils in the shotgun. 1 wide out on the left. You got a Hubbard out there on that small defensive back. Spivey with a quarterback keeper down to the 10. So it's going to bring up 4th down about 5 or 6 here. Decision time. Kick a field goal or go for it.
They're going to go for 3.
Nolly Gardner's going to check in. The ball will be spotted at the 17. It would be a 27-yard field goal attempt by Gardner.
It's long enough. It's good. (31-9) after a Nolly Gardner field goal. Boy, that thing was right dead through the heart.
What'd I say? 27 yards?
Yes. 27 yards.
5 minutes exactly left here in the third quarter.
It's kind of like making a par instead of a birdie, but every once in a while you got to make a par. You can't make a birdie every time.
Right. Well, you answered that field goal that they had.
That's exactly right. 31-9. Gardner's done just a heck of a job here. Especially in the stretch part of the season, Larry. He really got hot.
He did. He sure did.
He's really got hot. And, I think he got hot, and I think he finally just, he's kicking up to the capabilities that we've always thought he's had. And he's...
There's something about this field, Market. Sitting up here looking at it, it just looks so much bigger than a high school field, even though the dimensions are the same. I guess it's all this boundary of green on the side.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's all this, all this open space track, too, around him. What gets me is the players look so much bigger.
Yeah. Gardner will kick out from the 40.
Maybe we ought to put turf down at Legion Field.
Ooh, that'd be a little expensive. This time it's a high pooch kick that Baylor picks up at about his 17. Blue Devils thought they had him hemmed in. And he kind of ducks and squats and gets back to about the 29, but we break him down. He kind of ducked like he's going to duck one tackler.
He can almost hide behind the line.
He can. Yeah,
he's so little. When he ducks down there, he can just about hide behind one of the yard lines, can't he?
But his ability to start and stop has been what's impressed me more about him than anything.
No, without a doubt, his size is listed 5'4", but he could certainly play on about anybody's ball club.
Oh, sure, yeah. Beamer under quarterback now for the Trojans as they put their wing back in motion. They fake to him, handoff to Baylor out of the backfield, and he gets a couple on the slant up to about the 30.
Blue Devils not fooled with that any. I think you're right. We made some defensive adjustments at halftime and probably maybe picking up on some keys that we weren't picking up on.
Gain of 1 on the play. He's going to bring up second down and 9. A little bit different defense here for us. As Beamer throws the ball complete.
Oh,
now they tried to hook a lateral.
That's a fumble.
That's a loose
that's
ball.
A fumble.
Picked up by Bird. Oh,
no, that's a fumble.
No.
Oh, he said he was juggling the ball.
Yeah, that's what he said. Well, he tried a little hook and ladder there, and ooh, somebody get back off the field, coaches.
Well, that's Loggins. That's Doc Loggins. He thought we had somebody down. Ooh, I got to believe that's a little bit of a bad call. Yeah. I mean, he never really maybe had total control of it, but he obviously tried to make the pitch.
Yeah.
Now, he had control enough over to make the pitch.
Incomplete pass makes it third down and 9.
Third down, 8.
Beamer rolls to his left, looks, has a man going down the field. Long pass down the middle, that is. Tipped away by Hubbard as he goes for the interception.
Oh, he knew he missed it, too. He was going to catch that ball and knew he had a long way to run back, didn't he?
Yep, boy. Pass intended for Lamar Stewart. But Will Hubbard did an excellent job. That's 2 good defensive plays by Will Hubbard.
Oh, Hubbard could see. I'll tell you what, he could see that one. He knew that one was going to be his.
Devils going to drop back twin safeties this time on this punt by Clark. Clark gets a snap. The Devils go for the block. Line drive punt. Fielded by Hubbard at the 40. Tries to get outside. And he's going to be brought down as he retreated a little bit to try to get to the wall. But this quickness is that they have, Mark, is kind of prevented us from getting any punt return.
Yeah, even on a line drive kick like that, when you can certainly more returnable than a high kick.
Probably a line drive kick like that. And I think we might have had a little punt block on it. You just take that thing straight up the middle.
You know, I'm going to brag a little bit on this officiating crew, and then they'll probably go all to heaven send. But I got to tell you, they've done a good job except for that one call right there, and I disagree with that call because I think the kid had control enough to try to make that lateral. They've done a pretty good officiating job.
They have. They sure have. Blue Devils 1st and 10 at their own 36. 7-yard line in the shotgun. Spivey, quarterback draw, cuts it left, and gets across the 40, still runs, 45, still breaks it. Cross midfield down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Oh, Isaiah done some pretty good juking around on his own over there. Able to break a tackle. I thought when he looked out there to his wide receiver before he started to play that they got the matchup they wanted because they signaled each other. And I thought, well, he's got a matchup he wants, but that was a quarterback draw all the way.
1st and 10 at the 45 of Essex. Listen to this crowd. Go Big Blue. Back to the power I think. I'm not sure what Urban's going to do. Yeah. It's a little bit different set. Not hardly a power high set. Hand off trap to Irwin. Cuts it and gets close to a 1st down. Inside the 40 down to about the 37. He had to get it down to the 35. That's another play we haven't seen, I don't think.
I don't think we've seen that exact, not out of that formation.
Going to bring up 2nd down and long 2. We call it 2nd down and 3. Blue Devils need to get it down to the 35 of Essex.
The Essex 37-yard line.
Ball spotted on the 37. This has been a well-oiled Blue Devil machine.
Oh, I'll tell you.
2 tight ends and full house. Spivey. Quick. Bird has his 1st down. Inside the 35 down to about the 32 or 3-yard line. Blocking on that side over there by Weinecker and Smith in the center and the tight end. Maybe a lead blocker out of the backfield. The Bird with real quickness, Mark.
Yeah, there wasn't no lead blocker on that play. Just turn, hand it to your full back, and bust him through there.
2:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. I think this line's wearing Essex down a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Now we go to split backs with 2 tight ends and wide out on the left. Bobby almost fumbled the handoff. Kilgore running left, cuts it inside. And it's going to be close to another 1st down to about the 21-yard line.
Zach Jones just rolled somebody up across the way over there. He just absolutely laid one out.
Zach did?
Yes. Yeah, Zach just laid one out over there.
1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 22-yard line of Essex.
He didn't really lay him out so much as he just kind of rolled him up. He came out there and Zach hit him. He just kind of balled up on him. I don't blame him. That neck coming at me, I just quit too.
Urban split out wide left. We still have 2 tight ends and split back. Hubbard's tough out this set right here. They hand off to Bird again. He's upended after a gain of a couple inside the 20 down to the 19. Somebody hit him down low. It's going to be a pickup of close to 4, though. As we're down to a minute. Be under a minute 15 when Isaiah gets the snap from Chris Carter.
You know, we may never get the opportunity to play on turf again. I don't believe that because I think we'll be back here for too long. But the game seems to move at such a much faster pace.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed of the game. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Here we go, 2 tight ends, I formation. And now we hand off to Kilgore, who tries to break it outside. Breaks the tackle inside the 15 down to about the 14, and we're going to be about 2 yards short of the 1st down, maybe 3. This has just been pretty much power football here, Mark.
This is just good old Southwest Virginia, smash them in the mouth, take it right out of football.
Luke Humphreys back into the lineup for a little additional blocking out of that backfield. I'll tell you what, since we moved Luke in on these sets, he's done a good job blocking.
He's done a great job blocking at the corners. He really has.
Full house, 2 tight ends for the Blue Devils. Spivey hands off. Kilgore, big hole. Down to the 5, inside the 5. Ball came loose, but I think they're going to say he was down.
You know, you got, hey, give Luke Humphreys credit for that right there. Did you see him take that big guy on? Just
Yeah.
sealed him out right there. All you got to do, he just gets him. He does a good job getting in his face, forcing him to take that step outside. Kilgore cuts it right inside. And, yeah, I think Luke Humphreys has done a great job when we moved him in that position.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter as the Devils going to let the clock run out. After 3 quarters of play, it's Gate City 31, Essex 9, and the Blue Devils have it on the 5, trying to go in for another one. We'll take a break, be back in a minute. We're back for the final quarter of this Division II Group A state championship game from JMU College here at Harrisonburg. Blue Devils have it now first and goal on the Trojans, Essex Trojans, 5-yard line. Devils with a full house and 2 tight ends. Spivey, fumble football, I think.
I'm not sure.
Came up with it. I'm not sure. As that handoff was to Luke Humphrey.
Handoff was to Humphrey.
And it was fumble.
Essex.
And Essex recovered.
Bad exchange inside. I'm not sure what happened. Humphreys looked like he never really had a handle on it.
So, a turnover. First one of the game, and
it is.
as the Blue Devils turn it over at the Essex 5.
Wow.
Boy, that would have been a big nail.
Oh, yeah. Wanted to punch that one in.
Trojans have it first and 10 on their own 5-yard line. Beamer in the backfield. They come out with a full house this time. A little something they haven't shown, Mark.
Unbalanced line, too.
They've run that a little bit. And we submarine him back behind the line of scrimmage with, who is that? McLean. Throws him for about a 2-yard loss back to the 1.
I think if they try that again, we'll have 2 points.
I think you're right. That was slow developing play, wasn't it?
Man, it was.
McLean got in. I didn't even see him move.
I'll tell you.
He's faster than a speed bullet. Ball on the 2, and they're in the full house again.
I'll tell you, I blitz them right here.
Beamer's going to throw out of his backfield. Pass is complete to his big 300-pound tight end up across the 30 to the 32. Good catch by Chris Monzingo, 6'4", 309-pound sophomore.
Golly. How'd he get down there that fast?
Oh, he ran pretty well, didn't he?
Yeah, for a man that size, he ran awful good.
So Essex now has it out to the 32. They hand off to the fullback, and Carter Ball is stopped after no gain.
Golly, I'm still amazed at how he got down there and got behind our backs.
They'll hit you with one of these passes every now and then, but even this far behind, Mark, they seem to be seem to have a lot of faith in the running game.
Yeah, they want to stick it. They want to stick it in there. Try to, in the middle. They hit the middle every once in a while to keep us honest, and then they're going to try to bounce it outside here. I'm in a little bit of a loss as to why they go to a full house here instead of that wing back set. Well, now they're going back to that wing set.
Yeah, they are. Beamer again under center. Devils come on a blitz And he breaks it to the outside. Beamer does to the far side. Has some running room. Down the far sideline and steps out of bounds somewhere. Let's see where they mark it. At about the 45-yard line. Has his first down. Inside the 45, down to the 46. So it's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 10:26 left in this ball game. 31-9. As Jared Weininger in, somebody got to get out in a hurry. They'll run a play.
It's going to be McLean.
If he don't get off pretty quick, the official's not going to let him do it. Gate City's going to take a timeout. Can't take a chance. As they come back to the line of scrimmage pretty quick.
Something's wrong with McLean.
So the Blue Devils take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll tell you that Gate City Blue Devil Championship Football is brought to you on GCTV by Fairway Ford Volkswagen, by Kilgore for Delegate, by Bryan Center, by Darty Brothers Chevrolet, by Thriftway Market, by Scott County Long Distance, by State Line Graphics, by Scott County Farm Bureau.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you, sir. By Jackson Street Formals, the law office of Jeff Hamilton, Mark's Hardware, New People's Bank, Hackney Furniture Company, Weber City Drug, and Dennis Fritz Allstate Insurance. And I tried to say Fritz before I said drug. And thanks to all the sponsors that helped make this year possible and Gate City playoff action possible. And got to thank all of them. And by the way, that's your last promo this season.
Right.
We're not reading no more.
All right, it's 1st and 10 at the Essex 46. Beamer hands off to Baylor out of the backfield, running right. And I thought the ball came loose, but evidently not, as Beamer picks up pretty good yardage, about 6 or 7 down inside the Blue Devil territory, down to the 48.
We need to.
Why does the clock stop? It's not. It's running. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 here. Beamer. Here comes that reverse, and they cut it back inside, breaks it back, and breaks a tackle, and now he's going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown from 48 yards out. That was on the carry, a new man in the lineup, Lamar Stewart, a freshman.
He's the only freshman, I believe, on the roster.
Yeah, he is.
31-15. Looking for a 2-point conversion here, are they? They worked on that a lot in pregame.
Yeah.
What's the deal now?
Timeout called
by
Essex.
the Trojans. All right. 31-16. They're going to come back, and you know they got to try an onside kick.
Yeah.
I mean, you would suspect they would, although there's 9:48 left.
Just got to hope that this turnover the Blue Devils had when they had a chance of really putting a nail in the coffin doesn't give Essex enough life to come back in this thing. I think the difference is going to be if the Blue Devils can come up with the kickoff. It's just how good a shape their defense is in, Essex, because we pounded on them pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we felt
even though we didn't score down here, we had a long drive and pounded on them.
That score would certainly about put it away, though. But that's neither here nor there, because we're here now. They're going to go for 2.
You got the call.
No, you've got the call.
All right. Beamer under center with as he heads off to Baylor, and he didn't make it, sports fans. He stopped way short. So the try for 2 is no good, and the score remains 31-15.
So they're looking now at 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. I still got to believe we might see an onside kick here.
Well, I would think you'd have to. You'd have to look for it. I'd say the Good Hands team will be in on this.
Yeah, they're in the game now.
If you see Spivey go back at safety, along with, I think it's Luke Humphreys. That's a Good Hands team.
Yeah, I see Irvin and Hubbard and Housewright. Price and Kilgore and Humphreys. I see a lot of backs in there.
Derek Smith.
Yeah, you get
Josh Castle.
and Spivey is, like you said, going back deep. So
31-15, 9:48 left in the fourth and final quarter of the 2003 season for both teams. One of them's going to come out a winner. One of them's going to come out an almost winner.
one of them's going to be able to say they went to the state championship game. But only one's going to be champion.
True.
And I'm looking for it to be the blue and white.
Ball now will kick off. And he kicks a low ball that the Blue Devils fall on at the 31. And who is that?
That's Corey Shepard.
Corey Shepard comes up with the low bounder there. Did what you're supposed to do with no blocking in there and all backs and just fall on it.
And still get good field position.
Yeah, 31-yard line.
We need a 9-minute, 48-second drive.
With 7 on the end of it.
First and 10 for Gate City from their own 31-yard line.
First and 10, Blue Devil. From our own 31. Devils in the eye with a wide out to the right. Spivey hands off to Kilgore, and he's tripped up in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Tell you what you don't want to do. You don't want to get caught down here and have to punt this deep. I mean, if we don't want to, we need to make, at least make first down or two, get the ball down there for if you do have to punt it.
Second down and about 13 here. Devils have to make the 41 for a first down. Option. Spivey keeps, cuts, big hole. 41, 45, break a tackle. Midfield, inside, down to Essex 48.
That helped. That really did help.
Isaiah Spivey came to play today.
Well,
Along with about 46 other Blue Devils.
Isaiah Spivey pretty much has his game face on every Friday or every Saturday whenever you play. But like you say, no more so than these other 40, 45, 46 players there.
It's a whole team concept.
That's right.
They're all important.
Every single player.
Devils back to the eye with the wide out to the right. Two tight end. Spivey under center. Quick handoff, Bird. Spins and picks up about 4 down to the 45. Main thing right now is the clock's your ally, and it's running at 8:30. And we have a 16-point lead here.
Second down and 6. Ball is on the Essex 45-yard line.
Hang on to the ball.
Devils signal into play. Wing back set to the right and in the eye, 2 tight end. Now that wing back as Irvin goes in motion. They hand off Kilgore, and he fights for extra yardage. Only gains a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and long here. 3rd and about 5, maybe 4.
Gained about 4.
Devils have to get it down to inside the 39 of Essex. Clock runs with 7:35 to go, and we have an official's timeout for an equipment repair, I think, on the far side. That was to a big stud linebacker, Carter Ball. Boy, he's a good-looking player.
He is. He really is.
Luke Humphreys in now with the play. Devils going full house and 2 tight ends here. They have a lot of people bunched in the box. And we hand off to Kilgore, and he gets it open. He's got his first down, sports fan. Down close to the 37.
Boy, it looked like he was going to be stopped back there, Larry, and he just all of a sudden found a little seam and just burst through it.
He did a little stop-start maneuver himself, didn't he?
Sure did.
1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 37 of Essex.
Those moves are not limited just to Essex.
No. Clock runs down, coming up on the 7-minute mark here of the ball game. Probably be about 7 minutes when the ball snapped. Blue Devils with one of those patented drives. Now Humphreys at wingback on the left side, I formation. Humphreys goes in motion away from the line of scrimmage. They had the offense time to Bird, who jumps and hops and flies like a bird and almost has a first down.
Flaps his wing.
Flaps his wing. He skipped the.
He didn't have much for runway, but he about made a takeoff, didn't he?
He never got in the air, but he was trying. 2nd down and 1. This is fun to watch.
I'll tell you what, of all games that I've seen,
I haven't seen a lot of college games that had this good a play mix offensively.
No, I haven't either, and I've not seen this many college games with this kind of execution.
No.
For the play mix.
2nd down and 1, we have split backs, and now we may have too much time. I've been wondering. It seems like
we've been close.
Yeah, we've been close, so that's going to cost us 5. So that's going to make it.
If you're going to have it down here's a place to do it.
Yeah. It's going to be 2nd down to about 7.
I think we've gone from signaling the play in to running in.
Well, I do too.
We did some of that last week.
Yeah. Hubbard splits out wide to the left, and I'm not sure who it is on the other side. Spivey on the quarterback keeper right up the middle, gets down to the 30. It's going to be 3rd down to about 3. But the thing about this is the clock keeps turning.
Yeah.
And every second that it runs off is an aid to the Blue Devils. Devils have to make it down to about the 27 of Essex. This is going to be 2-down territory here. You don't need the field goal and the chance for a block.
No.
You go for it.
No, you go 2 downs here and take more time off the clock too.
Power eye for the Devils. Spivey and off Kilgore trying to bounce it outside, and he's down to the 20, about the 28.
He's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, maybe a yard and a half. It's depending on the spot. See where he spots. Yeah. Going to be at 2 short.
2 yards.
Going to be 4th and 2.
Yeah, we got to go for this.
Clock running. Let's get the play in here. Blue Devil crowd chanting, go, go, go. There wasn't no doubt about it. It's going. That's just
although they were a little better than that, it was them.
Pride again. They put 8 on the line of scrimmage. And again, too much time?
No way.
Back judge. Yeah, gotta be.
What? Getting a little quick with the clock now. All right, boys. Refocus here. You still got to go for this.
Isaiah said, let me call the play. 4:36 here left in the ball game. Devils have it 4th down, and boy, that's a bunch. That seems like a big penalty.
Come on, boys.
4th down to about 7.
Going a quick count. Got to go.
Yeah, going to get it again. He's looking at his watch. Spivey rolls his right, looks, has a tight end open, and also has Joe Irwin open, and he's going into the end zone. Touchdown. No flag.
Well, that's the pass we ran earlier. You set Irwin out off his side over here, sneak him out on the backside. He got behind the defensive back. He didn't have a clue. Blue rolls to his right, looks right, done a good job looking everybody off, throws back to his left. And just like that, the Blue Devils have scored again with 4:29 left to go in the football game, and that's just about going to do about everything we need to do here, I think.
I can't sing very well, but you could sing Turn Out the Lights at parties over.
It's getting awful close. Here comes Gardner's attempt. Good snap and a good hold. And a good kick. Up off the top beam of the new building. Whatever that building may be. 38 for the Blue Devils, 15 for the Trojans, and Trojans have got to have that sinking feeling about right now.
Yeah, I kind of think we may have deflated the Trojans. That was a big score there.
Yeah.
That time we didn't just go for the first down. We got to play. And I tell you what, Houseright, I believe, was open in the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
But he wasn't as open as Joe Urban was.
When Joe got behind that defensive back, cut it into that post pattern back at, cut it back inside route.
You know, I don't know. I don't have a very good memory because I'm getting old and kind of senile, but I don't think Isaiah's missed with one pass all day.
You may be right.
4:29 left in the ball game. Back deep is going to be Baylor and Gaines. And Gardner is going to kick that low bounder again. Gaines lets it hit him. Now he's back inside his 10. Devils in pursuit. And Gaines just slows up. He said, I don't want a big lick.
I don't need
I'm
any more
going
of this.
down.
I don't need any more of this.
Yeah, I don't need any more of this. He stops at the 9.
Devils have him corralled up pretty good. Yeah, he didn't have anywhere to go. He saw it. And like you say, he wasn't going to try to make anything out. He just humped up.
Yeah. 4:20 left. Gate City Blue Devils on their way for the 4th state championship. And the first as a Group A Division II team. Beamer still at quarterback. Now he drops straight back. Looks, gets some pressure, rolls toward the end zone, and
He's sacked.
It could be a safety. We got a fumble football.
They going to say he's down?
What are they going to say? He fumbled it and he recovered it on the 6-inch line.
Golly.
That was close. Big Weiniger had him, slung him. The ball came loose, and we almost had another touchdown. We almost had a safety.
Weiniger flushed him out there. I'm not sure who the man that got a hand on him over there. Weiniger was in close pursuit if he didn't get him.
Yeah.
He may have been the man that had the hand on him.
It's inside the 1 now. They have to get it all the way up almost to the 20. Beamer hands off the Carter ball, and golly, he got it.
He got hammered.
He got a yard or two, but he got it.
Oh, Coach Jones trying to tell me something. I don't know what it was.
I thought it was Coach Calabro was looking up for something.
Well, he is. If I was him, I'd be watching my back for that water.
I think he figures that Coach Tony Martin probably will not have to call another offensive play tonight.
You're going down.
Beamer straight back in the end zone. Looks, throws a long fly pattern down the field. That is incomplete. Devils had good coverage with Will Humphreys, and also Joe Irvin came over.
I know what Coach Jones is trying to tell me.
What? He's going down.
He's going down. We won't have him back to the ball game.
So it's going to be 4th down now. And
and as much as we like to talk to Barry and enjoy talking to him and have really been a big help to us, he needs to be down there.
Oh, he does today. Oh, bad snap in the end zone, and then we got a safety, sports fan.
Woo, Kilgore made the tackle. Ball didn't have a chance.
What ball?
Doing the punt. Kilgore made the. You're right. I don't know why I said ball. He does.
Carter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I'd like to have been able to talk to Barry, I'm glad he's going on down there. He deserves to be down there. I mean, that's where he needs to be.
I'm going to tell you.
He's just out of the goodness, out of the goodness each week that we're close enough to him, and he's able to talk to us, and we certainly have appreciated everything he's been able to add to this broadcast, and certainly more than happy with everything he's been able to add with coaching expertise and the whole Blue Devil staff down there.
This, well, like you said, this whole coaching staff, they really, I tell you, Mark, they break down plays. They're great on film study. And today, they have done an excellent job.
Oh, they do.
Play calling.
Oh, they do so much homework. I mean, you know, it's
look at Coach Calabro. He just put the hood up on, I think, who was it? Billy? Coach Quill?
Probably is. Coach and staff, Coach Calabro going around thanking all of his coaches.
No, I wasn't Billy. That may have been Pat.
There's Coach Quillen.
Blue Devils will be the recipient of a free kick after that safety here. What a load off of Coach Nick Calabro's shoulders. He's had to live with more than he should have ever had to live with. 25-30, and the Blue Devils take a knee at about the 36, and that was Isaiah.
That's an abrupt stop, wasn't it?
Yeah, almost too abrupt on this turf. But this, we sensed something early, Mark. Not that we're geniuses or anything. I think a lot of people in Gate City sensed it. We sensed an attitude about this team early in the year that they wasn't going to be denied.
Yeah, it was almost, you know, you could see it. You could see it real early. I mean, they were very focused. And you know, it's a load off these kids too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been a lot of pressure on these kids.
They've been 4 years in a row trying to get over that hump of game 13.
And off to Kilgore, out of the eye, and he runs it up across the 40 to the 41. He gains about 3 on the play. Clock keeps turning.
So it's something that every senior ball player wants to do.
And now the White offense is going to come into the ball game. They're going to get some playoff experience as Adam Price comes in at quarterback. Full house for the Blue Devils. Price hands off to Sandlin. Now the fullback spot. He rides outside, picks up a couple. Mark, you were part of a state championship team, right?
Yeah, 1970. Yeah, it's quite an emotional time for fans and players, and especially the players and the coaching staff. You know, there's no way to describe that feeling right down there right now among them kids and those coaches. It's just there's just no greater feeling that you can have.
Hand off to who is that? Will Humphrey? No, that's Marshall McMurray out there. I was watching Coach Calabro while you were talking. You said early in the game there you saw him go to each one of his seniors.
We were watching in pregame, and I don't think I'd ever really seen Coach do that. Maybe he's done it before, but I thought when we lined up to take our exercise before game.
And it just got a bat. Both he and Coach Tony Martin, I think, who happened to hug him about that time.
Coach went to, you could see him go to every senior, and he, I don't know what he said to him, wasn't much, just went by every senior and in the front two lines, and
right.
I think he just let them know that, hey, this is your moment.
First down run by Josh Castle. Well, after he brought the blue offense out, he went to every player and hugged them on this sideline. Of course, all those players on that blue offense are seniors except Zach Jones.
Well, this is Coach has said all year, we haven't talked about it much on the air, some of the things that Coach says, but Coach has said all year, this must really deserve something good to happen to him. And
clock runs inside of 26 seconds, and Adam Price just takes a knee, and the Devils won't have to run another play. But they will have to run another play because Essex calls a timeout. Huh.
What a deal. Why would they do that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe to slow down the celebration of Gate City.
Maybe.
Look at the fans.
Most of the fans are on the ball field. If they don't get them off the side, if they don't get them back, they'll get penalized. They're going to run the clock. They're going to run it on out.
We're down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ball game. Gate City wins the Division II Group A state championship, 40-15. Rapid and Royal Blue and White send it to Coach Nick Colabro and 40-some players. I'll get it in a minute.
That's 45 or 40, yeah.
44 players.
44 players. And these Gate City fans all on the field to congratulate their team. The team going over to congratulate Essex. And, you know, Larry, I think although you're ranked number 1 in the state, I think a lot of people wondered about where we could play with this big ball team or not. But I think all week long, deep down, you know, I've had a lot of people come to the store and ask me, you know, what you think about the game. Deep down all week long, I've had a great feeling. Yeah, I really have. I never entertained the thoughts that we wouldn't beat this bunch, and we beat them convincingly, 40-15. I really thought that the turf may have favored us a little bit coming in, and I think it aided. I think it was a big aid to quarterback Isaiah Spivey. We got on the. I think this ball club is just. I mean, they're just so well balanced. There's not any I would call outstanding stars. There's nobody that's just led this team and carried the weight of this team on their shoulders. This is a well-balanced ball club, and they played like champions today. And when you play like champions, you act like champions, and daggone, you are champions.
And you win like champions.
That's
and they
exactly
won
right.
with Clyde today. They played with Clyde. We have a Clyde coaching staff and a Clyde group of young men, and these kids deserve everything that they have accomplished here, not only today but all season long. Mark, the first season rankings came out probably not till the 4th or 5th week of the season. Gate City was rated number one when they came out. They kept that rating all the way through, and today they finished off that season as being the number 1 Group A team in the state of Virginia.
Well, I made a comment to you a little bit a while ago when we were off the air for a break, and I said, you know, this team right here, this state championship team, ranks right up there with the 70 and the 74 team, and not to leave the 97 team out. By no stretch of the imagination do we want to offend anybody or leave the 97 team out. But what I was comparing it to was undefeated state championship teams.
Right.
And this team right there, this team right here, maybe as you know, I had the opportunity to be with those guys in 70 and play on that team. And in 74, I played with those guys all the way through. And the year after I graduated, they were state champions. And I'm going to tell you, this team right here is as undefeated state champion teams go. This team right here will go down as one of the best all-time Gate City teams I think that we've had.
Yeah, the 6th undefeated team in the history of the school, the 4th state champion.
4th state champion, and the first time Group A Division II state champion. Larry, I'm going to hit the stats, and you and I may get a chance to go down on the field too and talk to some of these coaches.
Okay.
Gate City, 27 first downs. Essex, 9. Gate City rushed the ball 54 times, 332 yards on the ground. 29 attempts, 244 yards for the Trojans. Isaiah Spivey, as you said earlier, your memory serves pretty good. Only missed 1 pass today. 10 attempts, 9 completions, no interceptions. 6-1-0 for the Trojans. 170 yards in the air for the Blue Devils. 30 for the Trojans. 502 yards total offense for the Blue Devils today. 274 for the Trojans. KC did fumble the ball twice, lost one of them. Trojans only fumbled 1 time and retained possession of that. KC penalized 5 times for 29 yards, 2 times for the Trojans for 20 yards. Trojans punted 3 times for 32 yards. Gate City had a safety off for another punt attempt back there in the end zone. Kilgore, 142 yards rushing today. Bird, 84, and Isaiah Spivey, 76. And I'm going to tell you, it's an offensive clinic. I don't care what you say. They put on an offensive clinic today.
Well, showing this right here, no punts in the ball game tells you that the offense was moving right along.
Sure.
We'll hit the scoring real quick, and then Mark and I would like to be a part of this celebration on the field. So if you want to fire us, fire us. 90-yard drive started by the Blue Devils on the opening kickoff. Spivey hit Will Hubbard on a 23-yard touchdown in the first quarter with 8:10 to go. Gardner kicked the extra point. Devils led 7-0. The Essex Trojans came back and had a 36-yard field goal with 4:34 to go in the first quarter. And Devils led 7-3 after the field goal. field goal. Tyler Kilgore came back with a 5-yard touchdown in the first quarter. 27.3 seconds to go. Gardner kicked the extra point. Devils led 14-3. The Trojans answered right back on a 37-yard Remarcus Baylor touchdown run in the second quarter with 11:31 to go. They missed the extra point. The Devils led after that 14-9. Then Tyler Kilgore hit from 35 yards out on a run in the second quarter, 5:28 to go. Gardner kicked the extra points. Devils led 21-9. Pookie Bird came right back with a 2-yard run with 44.3 seconds to go in the first half. Gardner again with the extra point. Devils led 28-9 at the half. Then the Blue Devils got the second half started with a 27-yard field goal in the third quarter, 5 minutes to go by Nolan Gardner. And that put the Devils up 31-9. Then Lamar Stewart took it in for a 48-yard touchdown for Essex with 9:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Point after no good. Devils led 31-15. Then Isaiah Spivey hit Joe Urban on a 34-yard touchdown pass in the fourth quarter to put the final nail almost in the coffin with 4:29 to go. Gardner hit another extra point, made the score 38-15, and then Tyler Kilgore tackled Carter in the end zone as he attempted to punt, and a bad snap for a safety with 2:47 to go in the ball game. Final score is Gate City 40, Essex 15. The Blue Devils are the Group A Division II state champions. And, again, we remind you, stay tuned for an announcement from the Virginia High School League following our broadcast. And pretty much, old buddy, once you get us out of here, our broadcast is finished.
Yeah, we want to thank Charlie Starnes, our videographer today. We want to thank Sharon Starnes and Chris Starnes for sideline footage. And Larry, you and I need to say a special thanks, I guess, to Mr. Mike Brickey and Coach Collabro for helping put together this GCTV crew this year. You know, if it hadn't been for them, we said early on, if it hadn't been for them, there probably wouldn't be a broadcast. We wouldn't have been here to bring you Gate City football and be a part of this state championship.
Well, it's been a tough go, and it's, we don't know how things are going to shake out after this year, but we want to thank them for what they've done.
Yeah, so, we certainly do, and regardless of what happens next year and what goes on and who may be around and who may not, listen, I want to thank you for been around here for 10 years. It's been a lot of fun for me, and hopefully, we'll be around a lot longer. But
hopefully, we got 10 more in us.
But I tell you what, this 10 years has been great. And if it if it hadn't been for you, I probably wouldn't be in this booth with you right today. And I thank you for that, and thank you for being a good friend and a good co-worker for 10 years with me.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you, son. It's been a tremendous joy to work with you, and like I said, hopefully we'll cross our fingers and hope maybe we've got 10 more to do.
All right, stay tuned for the VHSL message here at the end of the broadcast. We want to thank all of our sponsors, and we especially want to thank all the fans. And thanks for all the fine compliments we've had this year, and we appreciate all you all. And for Larry Shelton, I'm Mark Blanton, and again, congratulations to the Gate City Blue Devils, the 2003 Group A Division II state champions. Thank you, and goodbye for GCTV.